I was hoping to do this earlier when I still had daylight to take an awesome picture for you of my look when I got done, but, you know, why not do an awesome makeup look right before bed? I'm gonna have to go to Target or something now so people can see how good my makeup looks. Okay, well, I posted some pictures on my Facebook and I had people vote on which look they wanted to see today. And this is the one that got the most votes. I did tweak it a little bit, but I really, really like how it turned out. So real quick, on my lips, I used the Mary Kay Play matte liquid lip color in Red Envy. And my lips always pull more of like the pink purplies of things, so this matched the pop on my eye really, really well. So that's why I did that one. But yeah, I've just been looking at myself for like an hour. I keep looking at it. I'm like, oh, that looks really good. That's really fun. Good job, Becca. Okay, so we're going to start with eye primer because that's what we always start with. You always want to prime all the things. So we're going to start with eye primer all over the eyelid. I mean, you guys probably know this by now. I should probably just put eye primer on before I get started. Then it would just already be there. That is like real thick. I need to thin it out a little bit. It's been so long since I put this eye on. I'm going to have to like try really hard to remember exactly what I did. Okay, so there's our eye primer. Now we're gonna start with the all over color brush. So it looks like this. Okay, we're gonna start with that one. And we are going to use Cinnabar, which I feel like is a color everyone needs. It's this one right here. It's just so good. It's very similar to a lot of colors that are used in a lot of popular makeup looks on Pinterest. Like, a lot of them. So if you're a Pinterest person, it's a lot like a lot of the ones you'll probably see on there. So I'm just putting this in the crease and then blending it outwards. Oh, I forgot to put my arm brushy thingy on. And with this one, I'm going to bring it into about right here on my crease. And I'm trying to keep it mostly like on my brow bone and not really going too much onto my lid because we're going to do almost like a cut crease type situation on the lid here in a minute. So just very lightly getting it on there and then not coming too far because I'm going to come with my wing off like this. So I'm just blending it into about where my wing is going to be. Now I'm gonna wipe my brush off and get some, just like my matte blending color. So you just want a color that's similar to your skin tone to blend up to your brow so you have smooth lines. So I did that, and now I'm actually gonna get a little bit of a cheek color because I wanted it to be a little bit more orangey. So I think this one's called like Hot Coral. You get this bright orange one, and I'm gonna blend that into what I just did, and it makes this really awesome color that I'm quite fond of. Like it's just a little bit more on the orangey side, which I like for this look. That's what I love about makeup. Like if there's a color that you need, you can usually figure it out, except for Mary Kay does not have a good yellow. The Hot Coral is okay for orange, but we've never had a yellow, and that kind of bums me out because there's a lot of fun things that you can do with yellow. So other than that, yellow and white eyeliner, those are my requests. Okay, so we got that. Done with that. Now we're going to get the light ivory concealer. I'm just going to put a little on the back of my hand, use it as my palette. It's like my go-to thing to do. And I'm going to put it on my eyelid, but we're going to make kind of like a cut crease. It's a subtle one though. So like, I wouldn't even call it a like true cut crease. I mean, you could do a true cut crease for this look if you wanted to, and it would be really fun, but I want something a little more subtle. And then when I'm doing the line in the outer corner, I like to come from the outside in, and it usually lets me do it a little bit better than when I'm doing the inside out. And then I want this nice little angle here like this. There we go. Make sure it's all smooth and blended out so you don't get any weird creasing or anything like that. Now I am going to use a little bit of a mix. I made my own mix for this color. So originally I was going to do just the pomegranate, which is our matte red color, but I wanted it to be more of like a berry-y red, and the pomegranate wasn't the exact color I wanted, so I actually used a little bit of Merlot. So it's this one right here. So I just like dabbed my brush one time basically, and I'm gonna put a little bit of that on here first, and that really helped give it like extra dimension when I really got into it. So I did a tiny bit of Merlot, and now I'm gonna get the pomegranate, which is this red color right over here. I'm gonna put that over top of it. Just kind of blend that in that area. Okay, and now I'm gonna wipe off my brush, and I'm gonna switch over to Biscotti, which is this cream matte color. I'm gonna do Biscotti on this inner portion of my eye. So just blending that into the concealer that we used, and then a little bit into that red that we did, because you want it to be a nice little fade. Then I'm gonna grab our smudger brush, so it looks like this. I'm gonna get a little bit more of that pomegranate because I want it to be a little bolder of a red. Just like that. And then switch back to my all over color brush without adding anything, and I'm just gonna blend what we did. So you can see that's how I'm getting like that light and then the fade into the deep, because you always want to be adding dimension. You don't want to have super harsh lines unless it's like a look you're going for super harsh lines. Like if you look at my Instagram, I think it's for Cinco de Mayo, I did a really fun one that was like white, red, and green stripes this way with like a gold glitter cut crease and then red above. Like, it's really cool and really pretty. So if you're going for a really dramatic like that, then you want those harsh choppy lines, but most looks you're not wanting super harsh and choppy. So that's how like the layering process is, how you get that nice pretty fade. Oops, wrong one. Okay, now we're gonna do the glitter. So in the picture I posted, they did more of like a glitter cut crease, which I thought about doing, but I wanted to have it like more like pretty and subtle. So I am gonna do it a little bit cut creasy, but not like 100%. If you wanted a solid, like real good glitter cut crease, like the line for it, I would do like my video, day before yesterday with the glitter. I would do it like that. But with this, I'm going to show you using the eye primer and then some foil eyeshadow. So I'm just going to get some eye primer and put it on the back of my hand. Whoop. So I can use it as my little palette. And then I'm going to use this brush. So this is actually, it's a discontinued brush. It's from a little mini set a couple years ago. It's almost the same as our eyeliner brush. It's just slightly thicker. So I'm going to use that to get my eye primer. And I am going to do it right in that crease. I'm going to do a nice thick layer of eye primer. I'm going to blend it out just a little. And drag that into the darker area here. And then I'm going to use this same brush. I'm going to get some of the gold from our foils. So this was limited edition fall product. And I'm going to put that right over top of where I did the primer. And it's going to give me a nice thin line and get it right where I want it, but without being that super harsh, like, cut crease line, which I decided I didn't want. So I'm just really getting in there with the foil. So these are our foils. This one's the copper and pyrite. So I did that portion like that. And now I'm going to switch brushes to my cream concealer brush. Totally have something in my eye, guys. Okay. Switching over to this brush, and I'm going to get eye primer on there. And I am going to put the eye primer on all through here where I'm wanting that glitter. And then I'm going to do the same thing with this. I just press that same brush into and kind of wiggle it into that gold glitter. And then you're just going to press it on. So with the glitter, you don't want to be like trying to drag it and swipe it. That does not work out well. If you're wanting it in specific places and you don't want glitter all over your entire face, the light touching is where it's at. So we get on there like that. And then to get that nice soft fade. So I kind of have a line right here right now. And you can see I got it to fade really well on this eye. I'm actually going to use this brush, which is fantastic. So this is in the Mary Kay's Holiday line. These are limited edition brushes. This little fluffy one is amazing for like highlighting or going in and doing what I'm about to show you. So I'm just going to like lightly tap the tip into the glitter. And then you're going to just like press a little bit. But because it's that fluffy brush, it makes it so that it's not like it's not doing a super thick layer where I don't want it super thick. So it was a little bit thinner, and then I'm going to go in with my red just a little bit like this, kind of blending things. And I'm going to come back and do just a little bit more of that glitter with that fluffy brush to just put it right where I want it. So it's a little bit smoother of like a fade from one to the other. And then I'm going to do a little bit more red with my smudger brush just to really make that color pop, and just like kind of pressing it over the glitter, not doing like anything crazy. And then I'm going to wipe it off and get a little bit more of that biscotti. Really make sure that our fade is nice and clean. And then touching up that red just a little bit more. Just like that. So now you have more of like a fade into that fun colors rather than like a harsh line. Now for the eyeliner, with this look, we did a little something different, a little fun. Like I brought it into a point right here and a point on the outer edge. So you're gonna do your eyeliner like normal. I'm going to use the gel eyeliner because it's my favorite. Also because for this look, if you're bringing it in right here, I really love our liquid pen, but I found that if I'm doing stuff like this, it usually comes off sooner if I'm using the liquid pen than if I use the gel. So the longevity of the gel, I just really, really like. The gel also just likes my skin. So kind of depends on you as a person, I guess. So we're going to start with doing your guide off the side like always. So your nice wing coming off your bottom waterline. And then I'm going to just connect them like this. And then we're going to come all the way across the lash line. I like to kind of do it in smaller segments. I'm less likely to mess up. I know some people are just like whoosh, across the whole eye, and I'm like, let me do a little bit at a time. So just whatever works for you. Alrighty, we're almost to the inner corner fun here. So this time you're going to come all the way to like your inner corner with your liner. Like all the way to the inner corner. And then you're going to get just a little bit just a little bit of eyeliner on that brush, and you're gonna come off, like you're gonna do your little point at the same angle like you're coming off of your top waterline. So just like that. Oh, my point wasn't as good on this one. There we go. Okay, so you get your little point like that, okay? And now I'm gonna make sure, I did have to do my liner a little bit thicker to get that point perfect. So you wanna look at your point and come from what we just did and fill in your eyeliner so it all looks like a nice smooth line from that point all the way to your other point. So it's like this swoopy effect. And then when you put lashes on, it looks fantastic. I will say, unless you have like lash extensions or like really incredible natural lashes, I would not do this inner thing unless you have like really awesome lashes or you're putting lashes on, because I just don't think that it would be as cute with like stubby natural lashes. If you're like me, my natural lashes are like real small, and it's definitely not as cute if I don't put lashes on. Like nowhere near as cute. Now we're also going to do liner on the bottom waterline. So I'm going to attach this little point that we did. I'm just going to fill in that space with the gel. And come all the way across. And then we're going to do a little bit of gel underneath the lash line in this outer corner, but only part of the way. So I'm like subtly curving it up to about halfway. And I'm filling in that whole space between my waterline and my under my lash line. Just like that. It's real dramatic, guys. Really dramatic. And then we're going to get the smudger brush. Make sure it's all cleaned off. So this brush right here, we're going to get just a little bit of onyx, which is this matte black color over here. Just a little, and we're going to blend that. Just a little, okay? Now that that's done, we're going to get some of the, I'm going to do a tiny bit of Merlot, and then I'm going to dip in my pomegranate, make it a mixed color. I'm going to smudge up my bottom here. And we're going to do a little bit more glitter. And then wipe off my brush and get some Blossom, which is this really light matte color. And I'm going to use that to highlight my inner corner just a little bit to still give that nice dimension without doing that shimmer right there. And then I'm going to get the littlest bit of eye primer, like just a little bit of eye primer. And I'm just going to get on my finger, and I'm going to kind of dab where I'm going to want it. And we're going to put just a little bit of glitter on here. And I'm going to use that puffy brush again and just get a little bit of glitter. Do it right down there. Kind of fun. Add that little shimmer on the bottom. It's so cute. And then you just put your lashes on or whatever. So there you have it. Isn't it super fun? Okay. Oh, hey, Kaylee. You just got on. I got done. But I am going to ask my trivia question for the day for all my giveaways once we get all done with this. So my trivia question for today. On The Grinch Who Stole Christmas, complete this phrase. Stink, stank, blank. What comes after stank in the Grinch song? That's my trivia question for you. So I hope you love this look. I will take pictures and post them for you guys. I think it's really fun. I kind of like it. So have an awesome night. I hope your Wednesday was amazing, and I will see you tomorrow.